room with the male and found out, nope, not spayed. And so they had an extra set of cubs that needed a home. And so we had 2 older wolves at the time. We were looking around out the pack, and so we brought in so I could get his brother rolling. Oh, you got nervous because it was too close? You're Roly-Poly. Roly is not the alpha, so he's a little more skittish sometimes. He's even stronger. And again, helps him train even harder. Ramsey, target. Ramsey, target. Good. Target. Good. Target. Good. Target. Good. That was a little challenging, huh, buddy? Are you ready? Here's our last one where you get your treat. You can even get them to do things we wouldn't expect to be able to get all of them to do. Like down. And it's your turn now. Don't worry. Rub on the basil a little to get it nice and fragrant.
I know.
Breathing Mo. You a fan? What do you think, Kiara? I know, love bug. You think of this?
It's so funny because my cat does that. It's just so weird. that they do that. Like I don't
So there we go. She says, I like both of those smells. I don't want to take the time to distinguish between them.
Right.
Oh, man, Kiara. Kiara's a bit of a ham. So we have Miss Kiara and Miss Ugmo. They are both of the same age as Miss Maggie. We think somewhere around 16 to 21 or 22. So their origin story is not a very pleasant one. It's part of the reason that you can see Miss Ugmo's got a lot of scar tissue on her nose. She looks, I kind of liken her to my version of like the Velveteen Lion. She's got a little wear and tear on her. And that's because they came from a facility up north that was shut down over about 900 violations of health and safety codes. It was basically a breeding mill for big cats. The gentleman who owned the animals did not dislike them in any way. In fact, he thought he loved his animals and was taking good care of them, but he had 4 lions and a 20 by 20. Ow! 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 Tigers. So we have Calvin right up front here. I'm going to keep an eye on him in case he feels like spraying today. Good boy, Calvin. There's Wick taking a drink back there. We have Katrina and Savick. This is Savick. That's Katrina over there. And so these are all cubs that were born back 10 years ago when their parents arrived from that rescue in Ohio. So as I said, we were a little pressed for time and we were a little confused on what to do with all these animals. Our first thought was, okay, let's find the cubs other homes. The older animals, we weren't able to find homes, but people love lion and tiger cubs. A lot of places stepped forward and said, oh yeah, we want lion and tiger cubs. And then we asked what they were going to do with them, and we didn't really like the answers. We are very picky about our animals' care, and so we were not able to find good homes for most of the animals. The only home we were able to find that was suitable was the Greensboro Science Center. They actually have that gentleman right there is brother and sister. That's their 2 tigers. They came from here. So Wick's brother and sister live over there. Wick's sister Freya is actually all the way down at the bottom there. And so other than that, all the cubs did stay here. And we got really creative. We had a whole pack of lion and tiger cubs running together because they were around the same age, at the same energy level, and as many parents here know, that's important. And so they ran, they played, they exhausted each other. Sure, some of them had stripes and some of them didn't, but they didn't. Oh, Miss Freya, are we starving? She says, I'm a poor starving tiger. I'm skin and bones. I know, Fred. Do you want to stand up for the group? Do you want to go up? Good.
Do you do the training with any of the bigger cats? So like
the target training?
Yeah.
The leopards are generally the most responsive, but we'll see how Freya feels today. Freya, target. Good. Good. She needed proof. And so when he had ear infections, we had a limited number of things we could do for him. And part of that included training him to get very comfortable being up close against the enclosure. He actually was sedated and, he's following Linda. Linda adopts one of our tigers, but she treat feeds all the babies. And so Thomas says, hey, Linda, what's up? Oh, we've got treats. We're good. Yeah, he's spraying the shade cloth, but it's okay. The shade is blocking it. Oh, Ra, you're getting impatient. Okay. So Ra and Thomas were trained in a different way. Thomas was the one that we trained originally, but Ra just kind of learned from his brother. And part of what we taught them was the usual. We can give them a treat, or we can ask them to go up. But Thomas over there, he always hated going up. And so he would protest. Are you going to let your brother have any time? No? Okay. All right, Ra says this is my show. So Ra's brother, Thomas, wouldn't stand up, and so he's actually giving away the game. Ra, come here. Sit. No. Good. Getting a little impatient. So every time we lifted this up at all, Thomas went, and he sat down. And so that just became the command. We just shaped the behavior that way. And we also were able to get him to go down and to learn to move along the ground and crawl. So that he could learn to be comfortable getting his treats right up against the fence, and the closer he got to getting the treat, the closer his rear end got to the fence. And so he got accustomed to being trained right up against the fence and getting his treats while his rump was right there. And so Thomas needed antibiotic injections, and we were able to get him into what's called a squeeze space with a narrow bit of fencing. He was comfortable being that close to the fencing on either side, and he wasn't happy about getting his shots, but he needed them, and we were able to give them to him safely, which is the most important thing. All right, Ra. This is the part where he may say, oh, we're all done, are we? So you might want to head that way in a moment. All done. All done, buddy. Just going to stay there? That's good. You can stay there. Or do you want some basil that you can rub around on the ground and not get up and pee on us? You're Ra. What do you think of that? He says, oh, that smells funny. Oh, we're going to get up instead. Okay, that might backfire. He may pee on us. Yep, we'll go this way. Don't you dare. Target?
Oh, he just went. Okay.
Wow, I just got dirt and mud in my mouth. Thank you, Arthur. Oh, he says, oh no, Kira's coming, she's going to take my treats. He's not even yelling at her, he's just like, oh god, she's going to take my treats. Kira, it's Arthur's turn. Target. Good. Oh, I went for a lower one that time, so I didn't get mud on it. Alright, so Arthur unfortunately didn't have very nice owners. They wanted to make lots of money off of him. And so instead of letting him reach the age of 3 months old in a nice healthy way where he would be too big to legally and safely do photo boothing, don't you pick on Kira, you might see her yell at him in just a moment. It's going to sound ugly. Come on, Kira. She's getting in her defensive crouch. Arthur, if you're going to be a butthead, you're going to get yelled at. I can't prevent it. Okay, good choice. Oh, that smells interesting.
So what,
I like that.
Gene, or what's it related to?
So they're in the Viveridae family. That totally clears it up, right?
Yeah.
They're related to genets and civets? Yeah?
No?
Those are related to binturongs.
Sloth or something?
Nope. That's the whole family. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they're in a very odd little branch of the family tree. They're not as odd as, say, a red panda. They're their only member of their family.
Fingers.
But they're not as popular and not as well known. Because not all of them are like Cole. Many of ours just kind of stay hidden.